sort of hidden away. Mohelnice is here where the competitors meet for the first truck trial of the season. Unlike truck racing, it certainly draws its crowds here, but it starts with the usual technical checks to decide which classes the machines are going to compete in, depending on the track wheelbase dimensions, and of course not forgetting, here they carry out very rigid safety checks on the vehicles. But in the first check round, there were 54 teams who had come from 11 European countries and a huge crowd of Czech spectators. And these guys, they really do know their trucks, and they really do judge the candidate's performance. Well, our tour around this series starts with what they call S5, and there's a bit of a surprise there. The Vaughan couple, who have been in the European Championship for 10 years in the S1 class, have changed series, and here they are in this 15-ton man. It develops 260 kW. This time, Ronald Vaughan has two co-pilots. His favourite co-pilot for the last 10 years, his wife Rita, or at least that's what he says, and an old co-pilot of Charlie Alpha's, famous in this discipline, Alexander Bood. And here they go through on what is a very tricky section 21. Now those marker posts, they've got to keep the truck inside there, and they're not supposed to touch them, never mind knock them over. And he's saying basically driving in this class is an old dream come true. I'm happy to have been given this vehicle, and it goes very well. I've had practically no problems. And in any case, we ended this first round of the championship in first place. I am very pleased with the truck and my team, my wife Rita and Alexander, my co-pilot. Well, number 511 is a Tatra with another German trio. It's a Tatra 813, Uwe Huppertz as pilot, and Fred Kutscher and Ralf Knatichka as his two co-pilots. It's in this same section of the course, section 21, and this is a team who are just starting out on the European circuit. Let's see how well they fare. Got to keep it very, very slow indeed as you're going through, particularly on this corner. You can see on the right-hand side of your pictures the little stakes that are up there, and the terrain, obviously, deliberately very muddy, very undulating, quite a few rocks there. And is he going to be able to clear that? Yes, he does. You can see him leaning out of the window there. It's going to go nearer and nearer as he gets to the back wheel. He's gone through. Not bad for a team just starting out on the European circuit. And the same section for one of the four Czech teams in section 5. This is number 515 with the two Thomases, the pilot Thomas Zastera and Thomas Holmy, the co-pilot. There's another Czech team, 516, Roman Nakaldal and Ivo Vymetal in their national truck. A masterpiece, they say, of the Czech Republic, the 14-ton Tatra 813. It develops 198 kW. It's a little slope downhill. He's got to be very slow because he wants to be able to contain the speed so that he can make the turn. Steadying it up, keeping the foot on the brake, touch your heel and toe to just keep absolute control. And there's a long hill down there. The crowd actually love this bit. I don't know why they stand so keenly at the bottom of it, though. The truck let go, goodness knows what would happen. Another Tatra 813, another Czech team, 517 in the same section. Rudolf Kalitar and Francis Tekria, the co-pilot. These are two professional drivers who make occasional appearances in the European trial circuit. Never mind looking at the camera, look at that stick. He's going to be able to avoid it. Big, heavy beasties. I'm talking about the trucks, not the drivers. Same route, a big slope going up with a few gates to go through. We call the gates, these two posts on either side. And then it'll be downhill for the German team of 506. Mario Westergerling and Daniel Waldheim. This is the second season of the championship. They began campaigning it last year in Austria. Easy. A clear section is when you don't touch any of the gates at all. And they're having trouble on the turn here. Begin to slide. Traction on the wheels on the right being lost for the moment. That's going to slide the truck a little bit further, and they could be in deeper trouble. This is 501, the current European champion in this class, the Dutch team of Wim Kamperschuur and Hanske Alders in another section. This is section 23 they're on now. There's no more going up and going down after this little bit. But there's a rather steep, short bank that the competitors are finding it difficult to make it up. The co-driver's got to look at the stakes on the far side. He's going to be saying, OK, you may be over all right on that side, but you've got to wing it a little bit to get it over from this one. And the only team who eventually attempted to go through all the gates and did it successfully, a Russian team. Number 518 in their Ural 5323, Alexander Zhimov and Nikolai Belov. Their 8.8 weighs 13.2 tons. Steady. He's not got to touch it. Oh, and that was so close. And he knows it. Quick word with the co-pilot. And away they go successfully. And they've got to negotiate a little hillock. Got to run at that. Stop there before the run. Well, to end this tour of Series 5, the big downhill slope which the spectators liked a lot. Section 3, where we find German team number 503, Friedhelm Biermann, the pilot. He's been a regular trialist for 4 years. He's with his co-pilot, Mario Marchi. And this is a game very much softly, softly catchy monkey. We'll catch out the monkey if he gets it wrong. Not referring to you, Mario. There's a great deal of skill in this, and finally the last in the series, number 514 with the Czech team of Zadivil Vostek and Martin Masic, who are of course in a 14-ton Tatra 813. It develops 198 kW, and it's going to take out one of those gates very easily with and it's on the slide as well. I think the next gate may be a bit of a problem as well. 514, Vostek and Masic. Handle that bit quite well. So they came down to the bottom of the hill. So after the first round in section 5, Bormann and Buddle, we heard, or Bud, we heard from earlier, Friedhelm and Biermann. And there you are. Would you buy a used car off that crew? Well, we can start with the Czech team of Bonahovsky family, father and son in their 13.50 Skoda 4x4. It's 6.7 tons, develops 380 kW. They're in section 5. Bohuslav Bosovsky Sr. has been taking part in the trial since 1991, and he really does know what he's doing, and he really is in a very difficult position there. And like a golfer getting out of a very tight bunker, the expert shows about 9 years of experience by winding his way out of this one. I wonder what he's like with a 9-iron. We're making room for the Austrians, who for years have been the European champions in their class. Josep Ovinga and Fritz Hüller, ever present in the trial selections since 1992. Then a very powerful truck indeed, 450 kW, 8-ton Ural 4320. They're in section 25. And if a spectator was telling you that watch this regularly, he'd say, well, they're just going to win. And they are. The last one looked like he'd be more at home with a load of manure in the back going around the farm, but never mind, here. In section 21, Leo Wolf's Wolfmobile. He's also one of the veterans on the circuit. And he's been taking part in the Truck Trial European Championship since 1995. You've got to wind it in one way and get it out the other. I'm not sure if that's a classic line, Wolf. Oh dear. The Wolfmobile has gone. So Leo Wolf, the Wolfmobile. He's coming out. Slightly embarrassed, no doubt. We'll have a look at the results in just a moment. And there you are, a popular hero for turning it over. Josef Ovinga and Fritz Hüller, the main hero though, the Austrian finishing in first. Onoskowski, senior and junior of Czechoslovakia too. And I'm not sure I'd buy a used car off these either. More to come.
Heat dissipating sidewalls. Extra wide tread for increased traction. All coming together to create exceptional performance. Design technology. Kumho.
On British Eurosport this Monday night, 3 hungry competitors, 3 compelling stories. 2 have to lose. Bobby Labonte following in his brother's footsteps. Behind him, Dale Earnhardt, approaching 50, has the stands buzzing again. Then it's the man on a roll, Dale Jarrett. Next, the Pennsylvania 500. Labonte, Earnhardt, Jarrett, Pontiac, Chevy and Ford. It's NASCAR from Pocono in the USA. Monday night at 10 on British Eurosport.
With DeWalt.
On British Eurosport from August 8th. If it's extreme, it's in. With motocross, skateboarding, BMX, as well as inline skating and even boulder climbing. The Yoz ISPO Summer Games. From Tuesday, August 8th on British Eurosport.
Powered by Honda.
Welcome to British Eurosport's brand new Suzuki Grand Prix competition. And we want to know who just won the German 500cc motorcycling Grand Prix. These fantastic Elite 50 scooters from Suzuki must be won, as well as amazing Team Suzuki t-shirts. If you know the answer, grab your phones now and call 0906 614 0020 and play and win. Play and win with British Eurosport.
Back to the Europa trial with
Kumho Tires, design technology.
Yes, this is Mohelnice, and we move on now to Series 3, which is in Section 31. And it's number 31 section with number 333. A 6.5-ton Unimog 2450, developing 170 KU with a team of Udo and BT Heidenreich. Last year in Section 1, the duo managed to unseat the Bormann couple in Series 1. And just like Bormann, they're also trying their luck in another class. Series 3 here. We wish them luck. Well, we'll hear what Heidenreich has to say in just a moment. He says with the weight of the vehicle, we've had a few more problems as it is much bigger than the small Unimog and it skids unexpectedly. It is not all that easy to handle. It turns over more easily, but for a first round, we're well satisfied. Now here's the European Championship title holder. Looks like he's towing the back bit. In this series since 1996, number 301 Dutchman Frank Lagenberg and his Gamma Gold M561. This year he's accompanied by a new co-pilot, the German Earnhardt, who is a cross-country enthusiast. Well, he would be, wouldn't he? And here they are in section 19. Yeah, part of this discipline isn't always to go forward. Even when you don't want to go forward, sometimes you're going forward, and when you don't want to go backwards, sometimes you are going backward. And when you want to go sideways, you can do that rather easily as well. Well, that's appreciated by the crowd. Not easy down that embankment there with the gradient on it. And now here, the Czech number 316, Jaroslav Dana, and František Sládek. It's a Tasha 148. Dana was absent last year, but he's a trial regular. He began back in 1996. Unfortunately, he's got to try and avoid hitting the poles. And he's touched it, and that's enough. And that's a plus 40 penalty points. And all in all, they will collect 118 points in this section. Another big return to competition with Austrians Rudolf Reicher Jr. and Werner Medved in ZIL 131, number 315. Rudolf is a young architect. He first entered the competition in '93 when he was still a student. His co-pilot Medwell started the same year. He's still his co-pilot, but with Father Reichers. Here they are in section 27. Why is that flapping up and down? Neatly done, sir. In section 25, Russian team number 305 with Vladimir Naiman and Ivan Bolotov in a Ural. It's a 7.3-ton truck, this one. Finished 5th last year in the championship. And they're heading for 5th position again today. Further up to go yet. And climbing to the top. And the same route for the Austrian team of Gerhard and Michael Muth with number 302 in the Steyr 680. Father and son, who are the European vice champions in this class. They will finish 1 place behind the previous truck you saw. These will finish in 6th. They completely missed one section at number 19, collecting 580 penalty points. Sounds an awful lot of penalty points, but missing one section gave them a heavy toll to pay. There's that little stake which they've got to try to avoid. One of the gates. In section number 5, a new vehicle, a Praga V35 for the Czech team. František Sluneko and Daniel Heischer. Their vehicle develops a lot less power, less than 72 kW, compared with the most powerful in the series, the Maz, with a 300 kW. Look at that rock surface underneath and straight back onto the mud, and there's a rock to jam your wheel if you get it at the wrong angle just over there. Is he? Well, as long as he's all right, I don't mind. No, he's coming back down again. And to the applause of the crowd, maybe that was just a pirouette. That's the powerful Maz with the Ukrainian Viktor Moskovsky and Alexander Hersakin. Victor is the pilot. And he already has to his credit the victory in the 1996 Paris-Dakar in Kamaz, as well as the Master Rally in 1995. Here he's a novice, though. He's trying his luck in a completely new discipline. This truck trial with a brand new generation of Maz 4x4s. And for you purists, it's the Maz 531639. We meet again in another downhill run in Mohelnice, section number 3, a 70-metre long sheer drop. The Tatra 813, heaviest in the series, with 13 tons to a power of 220 kW, with at the wheel Friedmar Susmuth and his brother Christian as co-pilot. That is a big drop down. And then up. Lovely little puff. The smoke coming up through there. These guys have got these trucks immaculately prepared. Udo and Pete Heidenreich from Germany top the pile. Langenberg and Peter Erhard second. And I'm reminded by our camera crew that you'd buy used trucks off them because they certainly know their trucking business. Straight on to the prototype, which starts with number 604, German Wolfgang Bulls, and his Bulls 136 kW 2.6 ton trial mog. This computer engineer started competing in 1994. He's got a new pilot this year, Oliver Enders. Let's hope the thing doesn't go end over Enders. Neat stuff. Doesn't lack his sponsors, does this lad, does he? Nor do any of them. Very, very popular in Czechoslovakia. Well, it's okay, you guys who like your fast speed stuff, but there's a lot of skill in this as well. Section 31, the prototype Unimog Special. That was Horst Bladau and Charlie Steicherbauer. Excellent, being marked up there in the same section, seen from inside a Uni Rover, with a Spanish team, number 603, Ramon Franqueza and Rafael Beer. And they're going to go on, the Spanish, to win on Czech soil. And we're on board. Well, you didn't really need me to tell you that, but we are on board with our camera. And I'm almost tempted to set you a competition on whether these two are being operated by puppet strings and a caption. But I'm not going to, so please don't write into British Eurosport on that. And we'll enjoy the skills of Franquesca and Rafael Beer, Spaniards, who've won that round. Here's an Austrian team who were least lucky in this round. Just before starting in the first section, the competitor noticed that Karl Vavrik's Julie jumper prototype had a few problems. Unfortunately, the end for this machine is a broken gearbox, and by the look of it, a broken heart. Franqueza and Beer of Spain win the first round there of that one. Bulls and Enders second. I'm not sure what they're giving them as championship prizes. synchronized session. Who said mud isn't beautiful? I'll try it backwards if I can't get a bit forwards. And there's much more to come in just a few moments.
Heat dissipating sidewalls. Extra wide tread for increased traction. All coming together to create exceptional performance. Design technology. Kumho.
On British Eurosport this Monday night, 3 hungry competitors, 3 compelling stories, 2 have to lose. Bobby Labonte following in his brother's footsteps. Behind him, Dale Earnhardt, approaching 50, has the stands buzzing again. Then it's the man on a roll, Dale Jarrett. Next, the Pennsylvania 500. Labonte, Earnhardt, Jarrett, Pontiac, Chevy and Ford. It's NASCAR from Pocono in the USA. Monday night at 10 on British Eurosport.
With DeWalt.
On British Eurosport this Tuesday night, with last season hardly over, the top sides across the continent are already limbering up for the next, as Europe's finest go under the microscope. Pre-season friendlies, but when squad rotation rules, even multi-millionaires must prove themselves. On Tuesday night, it's Lazio, the aristocrats from Rome, playing host to German giants Bayer Leverkusen. Top-class international football, Tuesday night at 7:30, live on British Eurosport.
With Siemens mobile phones.
Once again, Mohelnice in the Czech Republic, truck trial first round. My name's Tony Delahunty. And the names of these guys, an Austrian duo of Helmut Krokfel and Hermann Anzini, number 401, the Steyr 1491-33. Power developed 240 kW. And this team have been together since way back in 1992 in the European Championship. Oh, was that just a touch? Maybe not quite. Look at the angle they've got to get round from. Oh, the little jump. Still missing the gates. And now in the same section for the German duo number 411 in the Fawn L908 with only 131 kW to 9.5 ton. Good power to weight there. Fredrik Fakin is the pilot. Michael Westphal, the co-pilot. The team have been taking part in the trials since last year. They're trying to get through without too many penalty points. Come on, just ease it over. Bump it across. I'm going to try and get the angle round because just over to the right there you can see the gates, those little wooden stumps up there. They managed the first one very easily. And eventually only 35 points in penalties for them. Section 29, number 43, the heaviest machine in this series. Iveco 380E37, 12 tons, 272 kW. And at the wheel, Joachim Bertelli, who has been taking part in the trial since 1990. That's when the competition started, by the way. He started in Series 2 and went on to Series 3, and for a few years has been in Series 4. His co-pilot, Mark Herman. Very slippy on that little grassy section there. And in section 15, a long descent for 404, Herman Kreienberg, and his new co-pilot, Frank Paulik, in the Mercedes DB2632. It's 11 tons, developed 320 kW, one of the most powerful vehicles in this class. Herman Kreienberg is also a golf addict. He's been taking part in the championship since 1996. And he's helping to keep it out of the distant rough. Into the eye of the other competitors in the same section. Russian team 409, Peter Osik and Dmitry Kaniga in 11-ton. Maz developing 300 kW. Piotr is a test pilot in the Maz factory, and Dmitry an engineer in the same Minsk factory. A part of the two teams sent to the Czech Republic by Maz Yarovit. Really is very much of an international flavour, this competition. Still in the same section 15 with the German team of Peter Niedergras and Gregor Haas in the 8.9-ton Iveco, 243 kW. This master coach builder from Cottbus is the European vice champion in this class. He's taken part in the trials since '95 and always with the same co-pilot, Gregor Haas. You see the guy with the clipboard there marking at each section. They've got different markers all the way around. Oh, and that, I'm afraid, will not score good marks. Another German team. Number 406, it's a Ural, developing only 155 kW. Wolfgang Bitzer and Franz Einer. Wolfgang is an engineer, and Franz is the organizer of the München-Breslau Rally Raid, belonging to the trial veterans of that area, the organisation of that. They've been here from the beginning. Their 11th season at this highest level of truck trials. Can we get it past the gate without touching it? Well, in section 3, in other words, the big slope, the second Russian team from Mazyarovit, number 412, obviously in the Maz, Sergei Kruk and Dmitry Zaporoshenko. Zaporoshenko just having a look out the back to see if it's clear. And the same downhill slope for the Ural of Andrei Spuch and Mikhail Lannan. They've been taking part in the competition since 1996. Andrei's a great water skiing enthusiast, and he got involved in trials after being a marshal here. I don't know what your judgments are, but certainly the scorers put Jochen Vettel and Mark Hermann on top, so German beats Austrian. Well, they have an interesting array of prizes, don't they? Well, we're in the section 1, what is effectively class 1. The German team 112, Udo Bühler and Jörg Honekel in the Unimog. They had a power of 81 kW. And we're about to start the same uphill and same downhill slopes for number 105, the Austrian team of Dietmar and Mikhail Kotterer, the Unimog 404, weighing 4.75 tons, only 59 kW. Last year, his father and son finished 5th in the championship. And here in Mohelnice, they'll end up taking 2nd place behind the Belgian team, who finished only 31 points ahead of them. And father and son looking very much in control here, or are they? Same uphill climb for the German team of Thomas Fleckenstein and Klaus Kolb. On 109, also the Unimog 404, weighing 2.8 tons, which developed to 81 kW. In section 23, Czech team, Václav Klasnica and Rudolf Koriaita in a Tatra 805. In the same Tatra, there was also a second team, so they both competed in the same truck, of Nakaladal and Lucas Koritar. In this section, number 23, it's Klasnica and Koritar who are in action. Through the gate, up the hill, take it easy, and this is 113 in section 31 with Kim and Mandy Gagneri. They've come from Jersey in the Channel Islands. Their Unimog weighing 3.4 tons with 84 kilowatts. The most powerful vehicle in the series. In spite of all its power, it doesn't move very fast. In fact, at the moment, it's not moving at all. That looks like somebody trying to leave this year's Grand Prix at Silverstone a little bit too early before they were getting the assistance of coming out on the Saturday. I don't think he's going anywhere. Never mind. Shriek from the co-driver. Well, in the same section, we now go inside the Unimog 406 of the Belgian team of Stefan Aerts and Marian Glebus, who go on to win this first Czech round with only 155 penalty points for 11 sections, as against the lowest score in the class, 2,140 penalty points. They must have hit everything. So this is the state-of-the-art stuff, the winners. Hang on to the roll bar, we're going up. Oh! Great stuff. Now you've got to turn left, have you? Have they done enough? No. It's a left turn and downhill. I think sometimes the sadists actually pick the route they've got to travel on. Section 5 starts under the long downhill section. This is 106, German team of Gunther Kaiser and Kirsten Schweckendiek. 2.9 ton Unimog, 60 kW. Rock on, or well, over the rock anyway. There's a great deal of skill that goes into this. Now at 111, the Czech duo of Jan Šilka and David Sindelar in their Tatra 805, weighing 2.9 tons, only 55 kW. These two rally raid enthusiasts attack each section with much enthusiasm. Well, you know, you can have slow enthusiasm as well as fast enthusiasm, but controlled enthusiasm. This is very controlled enthusiasm. Very rocky little section is this one. Jan Šilka and David Sindelar of Czechoslovakia. Stefan Aerts and Marian Glebus of Belgium win. Dietmar and Mikhail Kotter are second. Bula and Hunnikel third. Oh, I do really want to know what's in those bags.
Heat dissipating sidewalls. extra wide tread for increased traction. All coming together to create exceptional performance. Design technology. Mohelnice.
On British Eurosport this Monday night, 3 hungry competitors, 3 compelling stories. 2 have to lose. Bobby Labonte following in his brother's footsteps. Behind him, Dale Earnhardt, approaching 50, has the stands buzzing again. Then it's the man on a roll, Dale Jarrett. Next, the Pennsylvania 500. Labonte, Earnhardt, Jarrett, Pontiac, Chevy and Ford. It's NASCAR from Pocono in the USA. Monday night at 10 on British Eurosport.
With DeWalt.
On British Eurosport this Tuesday night, with last season hardly over, the top sides across the continent are already limbering up for the next, as Europe's finest go under the microscope. Pre-season friendlies, but when squad rotation rules, even multi-millionaires must prove themselves. On Tuesday night, it's Lazio, the aristocrats from Rome, playing host to German giants Bayer Leverkusen. Top-class international football, Tuesday night at 7:30, live on British Eurosport.
With Siemens mobile phones.
Back to the Europa trial with
Kumo Tires, design technology.
Back with a truck trial first round from Mohelnice in the Czech Republic. We move into the S2 class. The German team, number 207, Volker and Jürgen Abel in a Unimog 416, 4.5 ton, 81 kW. This is the very slippery section 25, where even some of the marshals were finding it difficult to move around. Literally got mud up to his elbows there, and on his face as well. Oh, watch it, penalty points. No, it might as well go down, I suppose. A slithering section, this one. This is Olivier Renaud and Carl Guillemont, French team. Another 96 kW Unimog 416, 4.2 tonner. Renaud started trials in 1993. But for co-driver Carl Guillemont, who's just looking over the back there, this is his first time out in truck trials. They're doing all right too. The reason you've got the number crossed out and 28209 is because two teams sharing the same vehicle. Actually, we're going motorsporting 206. Jürgen and Elke Kottkamp. Another Unimog. And yet another truck in the series. We've just seen Jürgen and Kottkamp. This is Pavel Kasak and Pavel Benasse in the Praga UV80. The Pavels start the section in reverse. This is perfectly correct, so long as they don't change direction. Not got any penalty points here. Well, as long as they don't wing that little wooden upright there, and they don't. Now they can change tact and come forward. They did, in fact, get 85 penalty points throughout the entire section. Not a bad score. Now we're with the Vaughan brothers, Dirk and Torsten, the European Championship title holders in this class. They're getting along in section 23. The vehicle, another Unimog 416. They're attempting a small bank. Not at the moment having too much success. Another go at it. And I'm afraid that, oh, hello. Ease it through. No, it's the next truck up, this one. It's 210. An Iveco 155 E23 with the Czech team of Václav Mottl and Radek Lavica. Their machine is the heaviest in the section. It's a 12-tonner. It's nearly treble the weight of the other vehicles in this series. And they're also going to have a go at the slope. Let's see how they fare. Can 12 tons get up? Here we go. Go on, go on, go on, go on. No. And we move on to number 222, representing the Kloppenburg Motor Club, a Clemens Runchen and Friedhelm Kassen. This is a Unimog 1300, 4.9 tons, develops 96 kW when he started competing last year. Another go at the hill in a moment. Have to wear the intercom system because it's so loud in, just to be able to talk to the co-driver. Here they go. Have a little run at it. Nearly. Oh, I thought they were going to do it for a moment, but didn't look like a good enough run at it from the beginning. Another team from the same club, the Kloppenburg Motorsport Club. Wolfgang Alpers and Karl Renschen of 1300U. They've been competing together since 97. Third in the general rankings they are. Let's see how they go on with the climb. First of all, doing it in reverse. And here they go. Are they going to do it? Nearly. Dug in deep. Maybe another go. Oh, and he's going to do it. Well done. Well done indeed. Here's another French team. Jacques Debord and Bertrand Pouponneau in their 4.2-ton Unimog 416. Still in section 23, and they've got just a small climb left. Wolfgang Alpers showed the way earlier when he got through without a hitch. Can Jacques Debord do the same thing? Good crowd watching this, willing them on. So let's see if the French can do it. Maybe first time rather than the second time. A real go at it. It's nearly there. Well done. Now 2:05. Last truck in the series to go through this section. It's an Avia. At the wheel. Czech driver Bohemior Cap. Co-driver Radovan Svanda. And everything has been going pretty well for these two. Taking the time through the gate. Not quite so well now. Where are they going now? Oh, dear me! Oof. Well, they're strapped into the belts. They'll be perfectly okay. Embarrassing coming out from under there, though, isn't it? Especially when the photographer... Oh, no, sorry, he's got his little video camera there. He's like, I want to have a chat with you now. Can you tell me how you feel? He says Australian. Get him out. He thinks it's funny anyway. And they can't really enjoy this, don't they? Why shouldn't they? It's all good fun. Even if I made another little slip there. Excuse me, will you turn my truck up the right way, please? So Dirk and Torsten Baum, German team from the French team of Ribot and Pouponneau. And again, to the winners, the spoils, and the boxes.
Hallo, liebe Traktorfreunde. Ich freue mich ganz besonders an diesem Sonntag.
I shall interpret. Hello, dear truck trial friends. I'm extremely happy this Sunday evening in Mohelnice, this magnificent sunny Sunday. I would like to give my warmest thanks to Zuzana Bukova and the Mohelnice Motor Club for their excellent organisation. I'd also like to thank my marshals, who were directed by Jürgen Gar, for managing this very successful event. I'm also very glad to have such a huge number of competitors. I shall also be very pleased to go to Austria for the second round.
Werde jetzt freudig nach Österreich fahren zum zweiten Lauf.
Well, they enjoy it, and why not? It's excellent motorsport. And it needs an awful lot of skill. I'll leave you with some of the excitement of truck trial first round from Mohelnice in the Czech Republic. From me, Tony Delahunty, bye-bye.
the Europa trial with
Kumo tyres.